Hi everyone, and welcome to my presentation. My name is Michael. I am 22 years old, and I am studying a Bachelor of Commerce at Torrens University, Australia. And today I am going to talk about the use of social media to communicate internally with the staff in the workplace. In my presentation, I'll focus on three major issues, such as what is social media, why is important using social media in the workplace, what are the advantages and disadvantages, and also one apply example and my conclusions for this topic. Nowadays, social media has become an important tool to communicate, and it's considered a new way to acquire information. However, many companies around the world consider social media as a distraction for the employees. Therefore, using these platforms are banned to use while working. According to a famous model called Gigi Hadid, she affirms the following phrase: we get to live in a time we get used to use social media as a tool. Eh, I have I have put this phrase on my presentation because I think it's very important for the society we live nowadays, to get used to live in with this kind of platforms because it gives a, a easy way to engage with with our family, with the company, with our jobs. It has become almost an indispensable tool to use in our day by days. But what is social media? Why we need social media? The formal meaning of social media, it says that social media is a computer-based technology that facilitates the sharing of ideas, thoughts, and information through the building of virtual networks and communities. Social media is also internet-based and gives users quick electronic communication of content. This content includes personal information, documents, videos, and photos. Users engage with social media via computer, tablet, or smartphone with a web-based software or application. The biggest companies that nowadays are in in the internet are Facebook and Instagram. Now, I would like to explain why social media is important to using in the workplace. Social media is important because it gives so many advantages for employees as well as for employers. So in this way, social media is an easy way to encourage with communication, and also is a faster way for sharing important information, share knowledge, and it gives also the facilities for everyone to discuss about new researches, new topics. Social media has so many advantages for using in the workplace, as I have explained before. So now I am going to explain what are the main advantages of using this tool in the workplace, or at least the most important advantage that for me are the most important ones. One of the advantage that I have investigated is that it allows employees to take a mental break when working. This is because in the workplace we are always with with a lot of things to do at the same time. We can take a break, and using this kind of platforms, it gives for staff to to take a mental break while we are working, and then we can continue doing hard work. It also enables employees to make support professional connections, because due that these platforms are worldwide, we can communicate with people that it has more knowledge than me, and I will be able to grow as a professional. And also, one of the main advantage of using social media is that employees can ask questions to solve work problems faster. In this way, when we are working, we have the facility when we are using social media to communicate with our managers, and we will receive an answer faster. And also, one of the strengths is that we can build personal relationship with co-workers and with all colleagues that we that that we that they do the same profession with than us. But yes, it is a fact that social media, it has so many advantages. But what are the disadvantages of using these kind of platforms in the workplace? When we are looking for good information, for a presentation in our workplace, uh, and we are looking for good information, and that we can verify, we can see that social media is not the best place to do this. This is because it has no reference in authors, as well as the reliability of information is not the best, and also it hasn't data available. It's social media, it's about all about more opinions, what I think, and discuss. This is one of the main disadvantage. On the other hand, one of the main disadvantage of social media is that staff use social media for personal life purposes, and they are not working because it's a distraction. They don't focus on the job. And I would like to finish the disadvantage by explaining that employees has no distinction between free time and work. There's no a balance between these two issues. One of the example uh, of using social media in the workplace is in the health system. In the health system, as I have investigated previously, I have concluded that social media, it has become indispensable to keep connect with patients and recommend what is the best when someone has a disease or it has a seriously illness. This it will help to keep connect between patients and doctors or nurses and other kind of health professionals. Also, one applied example of using social media in the workplace is that nurses, for example, nurses will be able to do online courses and study from home. Or when, for example, when a nurse is in a rural place, and will will help these health workers to communicate and acquire information in any part of the world. Also, medical specialists use social media platforms to disseminate practice guidelines and share research findings. To finalize this presentation, I'd like to say that social media has become an indispensable way to communicate that gives faster the access of information. After investigating for my presentation, I have also concluded as a second fact that social media it gives the users to maximize the productivity in their workplace, where just when we are really focused on the workplace to keep the staff focused working when they are using social media, it's important to create awareness, and companies needs to do online courses on other resources to give the staff the awareness to use social media just for work purposes. And finally, I would like to say that it's important to make aware the employees what are the consequences of a breach of social media in the workplace, because it will have big consequence if we don't know what are our rights and what are the national laws in a determinate country.